Hi guys!
Hi guys!
Welcome to our channel. Today, I'm Kaki.
And I'm Maureen.
And we have a guest, our first guest.
Very first. She's our girlfriend.
She's been our friend forever.
Yeah.
And when we thought about this topic, actually it came randomly when we were at our house and we were like, why not have you? So babe, introduce yourself.
Tell the world who you are.
Oh wow, the world.
Yeah.
The global platform.
Yeah.
All our 20 subscribers.
Thank you guys.
21.
Oh yeah, good number. Thank you, Kaki. Thank you, Karimi. My name is Maureen, friend to this one, and here we are. Good to meet you.
Oh my god, Maureen is really not telling you guys how amazing she is.
She's underselling herself.
She's really, you guys tune into Lelo Speaks. Maureen is
she's
doing
an amazing writer.
very.
We'll tag the link on our description box, and also she has a house
She does.
that she puts out on Airbnb. Maybe one day we should shoot there, babe.
Actually, that would be
It would be
amazing,
perfect.
like an episode in the
Beautiful.
wild.
Yeah,
that
because
would
it's
be
in the
really
wild.
good, yes.
We'll type
Okay,
Windy Mill Cottage.
Kajiado is not wild, but we are not in the city.
Babe, there are giraffes and
There
stuff.
are, and you have the view of the
windmills
hills and
and the windmills. It's so cute.
It
We have
is.
to do an episode there.
Imagine we do.
Yeah, let's. And it's
Let's
also
do that.
eco-friendly. Yeah.
Actually, that's the ethos of the space. It's about working with your environment in a way that is sustainable and not stripping off of it, and then trying to figure out whatever the environment is, how does that work for what you're trying to do. So trying not to improve, say, farming yields because of chemical fertilizers. No, you work with what the locals work with because they've been growing food. So you can't just come and strip the land and hope you'll yield a better production, but you're stripping the land at what cost? So a lot of the things we have in the space is around, it's recycled or upcycled or pre-loved. We are off-grid, so rainwater harvesting and using solar for power. Just getting guys to understand that for you to be off-grid, you don't need to be uncomfortable. Me, I love soft life.
Exactly.
So there's no way I'm bucketing with cold water and I can't charge my phone. No, but it doesn't mean that I have to compromise on those comforts on behalf of the environment I'm in. So that's what Windy Mills Cottage is about. Taking it back to Lelo Speaks. Lelo Speaks is like my private public journal. I think a lot of the thoughts that go through my head end up on that platform, which is kind of cringy because some things I put up and I'm like, oh God, did I just put that out?
Well, turns out other people think the same way.
Yeah.
And relate.
So it's really my private public journal. That's what it is. Talks about everything from love to relationships to parenting to a lot of the injustices we see in society every day, and it's just where my mind goes when I think about those things. So I'm glad that it's relatable because I guess in as much as the intention was not for it to be relatable for everyone, but if it sparks something in you, then I guess it's done its job. So,
It's really
that's
an
how-
amazing writer.
Yeah.
Oh, babe, you're awesome.
She is. That's how to introduce Maureen. This whole thing of I'm Maureen.
I'm their friend.
Yeah, this one and this one.
Isn't that what it is though?
You're much more than that. And we're so honored to have you on.
I'm happy to be here. I'm like all excited about being your first guest. I was like, yeah, my butt sat here first.
Oh, you did.
You are first.
Yeah, right? I will always
overtake you and you always have that. I was there first.
Number
Do I
moja.
need to plant a flag or something?
Yes, do it.
We have it on camera, so we have it.
Insert the shoulders. So anyone coming on the show, mad pressure. Maureen has benchmark for you.
Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're talking about first. And it's such an amazing thing to have this with our first guest.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about our first sex, first porn.
Yeah. First masturbation. First kiss.
Yeah.
What else?
Many other firsts that are going to come down.
There's so many
With the
firsts.
flow. There's so many firsts. First.
Does it have to be sexual? Okay, for today it's sexual.
For today, it's,
okay.
It is. It's in this line of sex.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So let's talk about about our first kiss. And I'm gonna give this to my girl Keki to start us off.
Okay, I think I was 9, 8. I was young. I was young, and this little boy, he was mixed race and so cute. He pulled me into the bushes and kissed me.
Girl, bushes.
Yeah, it's cool. And then he kissed me. He planted the most slobby, wet kiss, and then it was over. That's all. Then it ended.
Did you kiss him back? Did you know what was
I was
going on?
so shocked. Maybe it's like if we thought about it now,
Yeah.
it would be like a whole consent conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if we talked about it in the today's context.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then so many things happened to us then that if we thought about them now are like
Well,
Yeah.
borderline.
hot mess,
Yeah.
rape, rapey, you know,
Yeah.
because
There
consent.
was such a grey area.
Because then there was no consent. We never even knew
What consent
Yeah,
was.
we didn't even know what owed consent.
Yeah.
Like we had the voice to say no.
Yeah, we did not.
So of course I didn't kiss him back because it was a total shock and it was sloppy and wet and not nice.
Did anyone see you? Did you go and tell any of your friends?
yeah, did you
So I tell
anyone?
people.
Was it like a badge of honor?
Because you know why I told people? Because he was like a popular cute kid.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like a badge of honor. Even if you don't like it, it's
Yeah.
still a badge of honor.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Tiny.
kissed the pointy guy, the cutie.
And it sucked, but still.
Oh. At least you had your kiss. Like, 'cause I always wanted to have like my first kiss at that particular age.
When you were younger.
Yeah, when I was younger, but then I was like, nobody was noticing me.
Yeah.
Like,
That's that phase.
yeah, how hard is it for you to just, I wanted to
It's
go
a
and report
phase.
back and have a badge of honor of somebody,
Kissed
you.
you.
Yeah, like somebody wants me. But
You
no,
missed nothing.
no.
But I think it's that rite of passage, like you
Yeah.
said.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I think for me, I never really thought about anything relationshipy or kissy in primary school. I was such an awkward
Oh.
child. And I told you this before, like I was super awkward
At
as a
all.
child. Yeah, so, but I remember,
Yeah.
and I didn't think about it until Karimi said the list of the first, and my mind went there. I remember when I was in class 8 in primary school, but people are there trying to figure out KCP and pass and to do index. I told myself, I cannot leave this primary school without being kissed. That was it. Like there was no, I didn't want a boyfriend. I didn't.
Just want to
I was just
Yeah.
like, how can I be going to high school and I've never kissed anybody else?
Like a rite of passage.
So we used to have this thing of when class 8 leave, there's the leavers party after the exams and
Yeah.
everything.
Did you buy books
Let
also?
me no, that was high school, but
Yeah,
primary
okay.
school,
Yeah.
I remember it was, hey my god, in that age, all the radios you must have an oversized graphic tee
Oh
with
my
baggy
gosh.
jeans and sneakers,
days.
like
Yeah.
the dress like TLC vibe. That
Yeah,
was
the
the
brand.
aesthetic. Not even the brand, it was TLC
TLC.
vibe because that was the
90s.
benchmark.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it.
Wait. I remember fighting with my brother for his t-shirt and my other
Has to
sibling
be super
and my
big.
cousin for sneakers that didn't even fit me. Like I was wearing, I was stuffing them with socks, but I was like, I gotta look good enough
Yeah.
for someone to want to dance with me and kiss me. And I was very sure there's this boy I started crushing on in standard 8. All along I never looked at a guy and thought, nothing. But then nothing.
Yeah.
But I think a few weeks to exams, I was like, that's the guy I want to kiss me and he has to kiss me on the day of the dance.
Oh.
Needless to say, it remained a thought in my head. I think I had my
Oh,
first
sweetie.
waiting for
Let me tell you,
there was
oh my
nothing.
God.
The people were there, we used to call it,
Heartbreak.
we were calling that kind of slow dance, we used to call it bluing. People are there bluing in the corner with the teacher.
Oh, baby. You shouldn't have worn the baggy shoes, sis. I think it's the shoes.
Must have been the
Yeah. The guy was like, nah.
She has big feet.
I was actually waiting for the story.
Me
It was like, you
too.
see, you guys, if you see it in your head,
You can manifest this first kiss. Needless to say, that ship sailed. I think I had eventually got my first kiss at, I think I was 21.
What?
Yeah.
What?
when did you break your virginity?
I broke my virginity before I ever kissed someone because in that experience there was no kissing.
Oh my god.
And I remember the first time this guy kissed me, he was my then boyfriend.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, do I stick my tongue out? Do I kiss
Yeah.
you back? Do I stand stiff? Do I hold you? Like, what do I need to do?
Yeah, no one teaches us how to
So I'm just
kiss.
like, I'm gonna do it like the movies, close my eyes and hope my lips know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because what else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And like you said, there were a lot of bloodlines around consent. But what I do remember though, like again, movies lie to us so much.
They do.
You know when you do that thing at the end of a date where somebody leans in and you can feel the kiss coming?
Yeah.
And the way my head works, I started thinking, what is the formula for the perfect kiss? And the guy's face is coming over things. I'm just like, and then I can't remember that it was good or bad. Well, he was my boyfriend for almost 2 years, so I guess it wasn't that bad.
Kind of been so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he came back, so something happened.
Your mouths learned each other, your tongues learned.
And I think over time we kind of figured out the
Yeah.
dynamics around the physical bits of our relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, at 13 it was my first kiss was in my head.
Gosh.
21 is when I actually had my first kiss.
God damn.
Wow.
Like after high school, you're in campus and
I'm still heartbroken.
So through high school, nothing.
friend, high school, it was me and Jesus as Lord.
Girl.
There was no time for...
You were not receiving letters.
Oh, I got letters, but
Excellent.
because remember at that
Jesus, girl.
time, you were told to be chaste, you wait to get married, you don't sit in dark corners
You
with your
research
wives.
to those things.
Of course!
Oh my God.
I was such a good Christian girl in high school.
You got the legit part.
And very judgy. I used to be just like, what do you mean?
Oh, you were those
I was those people.
Yeah, I
Okay,
see that.
okay. Oh man. Oh, man.
I was like, you're gonna go to hell. You have a boyfriend. Oh my God.
We was on the receiving end of your people.
Yeah.
Judging guys like.
Let me move right there. That's where I was. I was in that corner. I was in the khaki corner. I mean, y'all got the right amount of paraffin in their food because
Yeah, you got Yours, it really died.
No, I think it was the
Yeah.
fear of Jesus. Honestly, like we were big Jesus out
yeah.
and
Okay.
everything. And I mean, for a whole other conversation, I think there's a way in which religion and spirituality was introduced to us
Yeah.
that really had us
Fear-based.
not fear-based, but also in a lot of internal conflict. Because for me, I know in terms of thinking anything about relationships with another person, especially when you put in the physical aspects of it. Oh my goodness, it took me forever to get out of my head.
Wow.
Yeah, it took me forever to get out of my head.
Oh wow.
Then I got out of my head. I'm glad I got out of my
Finally,
head.
we found
Yeah.
out.
This
The
see you,
same
this
Lord.
Christian Union ladies.
No, but it served its purpose. I think in that season, I guess that's what needed to happen in my life at that time.
Yeah.
We can't go back.
There's a time for everything.
Yes, so I guess in that time it served its purpose.
It's the only way I can sense. It can make
Time
sense
and
to
a
me.
place.
Yeah,
There's a time and a
me at
place.
21.
Oh wait, so Kakis was in the bush. Where was yours? What was the setting of your
Yeah,
first
what was
kiss?
your
Oh, we had a date. We had a date.
Oh,
What happens when you wait?
Yeah.
Well, that's not the right.
What we mean when we say is that time and a
Place
place
for
for
everything.
No, he was actually really
That's so
sweet. Like
cute.
I've been lucky to be in relationships, especially in that age, with
Yeah.
people who were very caring and considerate, and he was one of the most considerate people I had been with. So he never pushed or pressured into things. He always had this thing of let's go with the flow, but it's like he would read the vibe off of me before he decides to do anything. So the entire date, like it was like, okay, can I hold your hand? I'm like, yes, you can hold my hand. But
that's so cute.
he was very considerate, and there was never pressure to do anything beyond what I was comfortable with.
Yeah.
So even that day when he dropped me home, because I was already living by myself then, again, it was that awkwardness of the date is over. I need to get into my house, but you're not leaving.
Yeah.
So we're standing at the door, like, so I'm not
Straight out of
inviting
a
you
movie.
in. It's not that romantic. I don't think it is.
It is.
It's so romantic.
No.
Okay, ask me romantic.
Yeah.
Because in that moment, like you said, I was overthinking it,
Yeah.
and in my head, I'm doing literally the math around it. Okay, you're this high, I'm this high. The lights on, is the watchy looking? Is my neighbor peeping from the window? So after I kiss you, do I let you in? Do you go away?
Yeah, like what happened?
Like my head was just trying to process all these things, and we've not even kissed. Like,
Oh my gosh.
the hell?
Damn.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my kiss.
How old were you?
So I was maybe 12, 13.
Okay, that's normal.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's normal. Yeah.
So for me, it was. I've been watching a lot of like rom-coms, like because my siblings are much older, as we've established in the other episodes. So I had a chance to watch like Knots Landing, Bold and the Beautiful, all these telenovas, and so I used sometimes at night. I used to grab my pillow like this and practice kissing, and I said, mwah, mwah, mwah. So I was ready for the time my prince would come to kiss me.
I've talked about the rom-com section.
But I practice with my pillow and I practice with Monkey. So Monkey was my dog. This is why Monkey was my best friend. Thanks, Monkey. I miss you, Monkey. Whoever who stole Monkey from my house. Yeah, my first kiss was actually with a stuffed animal. So I used to practice with Monkey. So I knew what to expect. So I go for swimming. And let me tell you, this is a heartbreak story. I go for swimming, and I noticed, for me it was also a pointy Arab guy. And I'm gonna use this platform to look for him. The Sister Harry, wherever you are, if anybody knows the Sister Harry. It's been 23 years since I last laid eyes on you.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah, shoot my shot. And let me tell you, this guy, it was at Ramco Court. It was like apartments on South B that had like a pool. And he saw me and I saw him. And then literally there was minimal conversation. And he took me to the back of the apartment. And of course, overthinking. Where's the Wuchi? Will a neighbor walk out? But it didn't matter. Me and the sister were finally together. And oh my God, like I did this and he kissed me here and he kissed me there and he gave me like a hickey. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was so like finally, I've been waiting to be I waited for so long for this kiss, and when it finally happened, it was just so magical.
Oh wow, babe,
Yeah.
that's so amazing.
Yeah,
And you were 13?
I was 13.
What 13-year-old was I? But anyway,
I've been practicing. I've been waiting my whole life for this. This was gonna be my biggest performance.
All 13 years.
Yeah, all 13 years of
Yeah.
my life was leading to this one amazing moment. And then he said, okay, let's hang out again like 2 days later.
Yeah.
And I went to the pool and he was never there.
He never came back.
He never came, and I kept going to the pool every single evening. And my parents are, and by that I'm not even a good swimmer, by the way. So the Sister Harley, wherever you are, I just wanna
Reach out to her. She needs
Yeah.
closure.
Yeah.
you need that around too.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I
Oh,
do
just
over.
Yeah, I do. Just to be able
She's
to
been
know.
practicing, babe. She needs a
Yeah.
do-over.
So, but with this, just with him, I have a hangover from you. I want to know what could have been. Like that kiss.
20 years later,
Yeah.
what impact?
He could have been my notebook, you know. What if his father, like, you know, told him you're leaving today? What if he... So it started so well.
Broke your heart.
And then someone stole monkey.
And then somebody stole my
The
key.
tragedy.
My gosh,
But
babe.
yeah, that's my story of my
Tragic.
first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your first kiss.
My first kiss.
Oh my gosh.
And so everything
yours
else
was
was...
informed by Hollywood. I mean, all our first kisses were informed by Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Except mine. But
Yours
I
was
was too
informed
young.
by?
I mean, by being grabbed and kissed.
Oh my god.
I think
Not
that the
mine.
Hollywood bit is after the way you're saying, okay, he was the guy that everybody wanted. And I
That's
mean,
true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
He was a
All our
prize.
kisses were informed by Hollywood.
They
What else
were.
was informed by? Because it wasn't masturbation.
No, it wasn't.
Masturbation wasn't informed by Hollywood.
Mm-mm.
What informed our masturbation? Okay, how old were you when you first masturbated?
I think it was within that same time period, you know, like you'd have like a month, no, 13, 14, you finish KCP, and back then you'd wait like maybe 1.5 to 2 months before you join high school. So my siblings are back in school, people are working, you're in the house by yourself, and I don't even recognize it in that period as masturbation. I was just like, what are all these feelings that my body is feeling? And you have this urge to touch yourself, and you can't stop.
And you don't even know what you're looking for.
I don't even think I knew it was called masturbation in that moment. I was just in that space of, why do I just have this strong need to touch myself every so often? And then after that, I'm fine. And then, of course, in the environment that I grew up in at that time, there's no space to, like, even tell your cousin or your sibling and go like, by the way, because we grew up with my cousins and we're about the same age group. So I used to, in my head, I used to wonder, is it something that I feel by myself? Do they also do it? Do I? And honestly, it never came from a point of shame. At least that much I remember. I never felt any negative feelings towards it. I think it was more curiosity of, why do I feel this way? And what does this mean?
Like we don't even know if it's normal.
Yes, and I think even the concept of sex was not in my head at that moment. The concept of sex for me built up actually in campus. In high school, I never even thought about sex in that way. So I would not see masturbation and sex in the same category. I was just like, okay, maybe this is one of those things you're told in school where your hormones are doing its thing. So you go with the flow. And then I think it only happened in that period. Then once I joined high school, it just stopped. Yeah.
You completely stopped masturbation?
Completely. Really? Until now, later in my adulthood. Like in between there was just, it was like, so now in school, it's like a stop button and...
How old me? Because me, I said that in class 5.
Okay.
And even me, it wasn't sex related. I didn't even think of masturbation and sex as one thing until high school. Maureen, you're a late bloomer.
I really are.
I was an early one too.
I think I was 12. And how old were you?
Me too, around 12, 13. But I didn't know what that was. Like there was no relationship to that being sex. It was more like curiosity and discovery. But there was guilt. There was mad guilt every time. I had guilt. I'd do it like under the covers. I'd do it I'd never be during the day. And then when I'd have a feeling of what I now know as climax or good feel, I would immediately stop because then I felt like I was doing, now my Christianity kicked in, because then this is also preached against, and I was like, oh my God, am I?
Or you knew it was masturbation?
I knew it was touching myself, I knew it was feeling myself. I didn't know the term was masturbation. I didn't know how to define that.
But you knew it was wrong.
I knew it was wrong.
You thought it was wrong.
Yes, but in my late 20s, I realized, oh my God, this is the best thing that should, and no one was there to educate me. I had older siblings, nobody said it. In school, nobody, I discovered a lot of these things through my peers and through myself, but not masturbation. Masturbation was a full self-discovery because we don't talk about it in our society and community about masturbation. We talk about our first kiss, we talk about
cute things,
sex, but we don't talk about pornography and masturbation.
We talk about our first love.
Oh,
we should talk about our first love.
Yeah,
but we never talk about masturbation. Well, it's never, no one talks about masturbation.
Not really.
No.
Not, and I think from my learnings and my experience, people speak about masturbation in their adulthood, and usually I guess it's in the conversation with your sexual partner in that time. Or like in the way we speak sometimes in some of the conversations we have, and if we're having a topic that's around sex, and then we'll be like, oh yeah, by the way, but it's not one of those things. Even if you look at a sex ed class, not that I've come across anyway, and it maybe probably is, but not in the content that I knew even back then around sex ed, where people would talk about masturbation. And I think even that's why in that age I never thought of it as masturbation. I was just like, maybe these are the things in puberty, the way, you know, it was to be told you feel sijui. I was like, okay, so this is how you feel then.
Who told you that?
In school, you never used to. Like when you learn in school, like boys and girls, the changes in the body. You remember that whole biology kind of lesson? So in my head I just figured, okay, this is one of those symptoms that
of adolescence.
of adolescence.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm so confused.
And I guess that's why I didn't feel the shame, because I didn't feel like.
I thought it was just an adolescent
Yes,
thing.
What?
Yeah.
You guys learned this in school?
Also, I just need, like, I was trying so much not to interrupt you and laugh. I was like, so you used to edge yourself.
Yeah.
And then she sits there in shame.
How sorry I just had to laugh.
She never used to let herself. She never used to let herself. That's what I'm saying.
When
Like, she
you're
edged
just
herself
about to
and then she sits in shame.
Yeah.
That's torture.
That's torture.
Because there was no
Torture.
education. That's why I'm getting so
that's-
shocked that you guys, somebody told you about hormones. Like for us,
Yeah.
once we got to 12, it was like, keep away from boys. You're gonna get pregnant. That was.
And that
There
was
was a class in class 8. There was a lesson. I think
What are
it
you
was in
talking
home
about?
science.
Class 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Did I have chicken pox?
When
Was
we're
that
being
the
told
day that I...
I think it was many days.
Yeah.
It was like a subject.
Even when they used to do those talks about periods and bring pads to demonstrate in
babe.
school, they used to talk about now your body's going through changes, so the girls are maybe in the hall and the boys are in
yes,
another
split
class. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You didn't get that?
Then you go to the
That's why I
toilet, they show you this is a pad bin, and then there's that whole conversation about everything your body goes through when you're in when you're that one.
pubescent?
That's
Maybe?
the word.
That's the
Yes.
word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My tongue was refusing to
Pre-pubescent.
English is not a fast language.
Yeah.
Shit, you got
Yeah.
like we learned how to put on a pad. That's why like for me I've
body
never.
changes. Like
We were just told keep away from. Okay, yes, in a biology class
Yeah.
from that side, but we're just told like the breast cam, these are the ovaries, this are that. But we're just told keep away from boys. I was in an all-girls village school.
No, we were told you'd get hormones, and your hormones would make you feel excited.
Exactly.
And they
want
describe
to
it
be
like this warm,
touched.
fuzzy feeling, and then you start looking at your friend who's a boy differently.
Yeah.
So I clustered that feeling into that conversation, and that's why I was like, this is biology doing its thing. So.
Very logical, babe.
This is why I don't even wear a tampon. Up to, it's taken me like I started wearing tampons in my 30s, and for me I learned it through my friends. I've always worn pads just because like for me education was not there. That's why I'm in actually shocked to know that you guys had like a drop or like a little bit of information about hormones and puberty and all that.
That's
The
why you were
funniest thing.
ashamed.
Yeah, maybe.
It didn't occur to you that it's a
Yeah.
natural process.
No.
You didn't even learn
This
that.
is my first time actually now like having my little girl is having this conversation right here with y'all.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember like you were separated. Okay, I went to an all-girls school, but boys were.
And then the boys are talked to and the girls are talked to.
Yeah.
And then they're told about all the things that are gonna happen.
Did you guys used to
your
do this
body.
thing when you have swimming lesson and everyone is in their costume, so you're secretly trying to look at the boys and the boys are
Yeah, I
secretly
think
trying to
because of what
It was
they have
so
learned.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh yeah, everyone has learned different things. And then for some people, because their pubic hair would come out.
Yeah,
it's a
oh my
lot.
god. And then maybe you have a high cut costume.
Yeah.
So your mom is not inside. Or it's that thing of your mom says you'll grow into the costume, then you
Yeah.
grow into it and you start outgrowing it,
And then
it's
it's
like, but it's not
tight.
torn, so
Yeah,
just
it's
keep
stretchy.
stretching.
It's
It's trying to
stretch.
stuff your pubic hair on the inside.
It's a lot.
Oh my god. You didn't do that?
Why you guys
And then your boobs are coming out, and then like the neck is down here, and you feel like your nipples are just like this. So you're going to dive. You're going to dive, but you're like this till you get to the edge of the pool. Then you dive
everyone
like
is
this.
staring.
Yeah, everyone is looking.
Okay, this is why I'm gonna need this because I didn't go to
mixed school.
Yes, and then because there was no shame in that. Everyone walked around naked from the
girls.
shower.
I think it was the embarrassment of your body is changing.
Your body is, it's awkward.
Yeah, it's extremely awkward for you internally,
Yeah.
and now because it's awkward for everybody, and I think we just, I think there's a sense of comfort in knowing, okay, maybe you're growing faster than I am,
Yeah.
you're developing faster, then there's this comparison thing.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember the whole period conversation again, and you're right, I'm a late bloomer. My period started in Form 2, but you see the
Wow.
thing is in
Damn, you're so lucky. babe.
Her
I
first
was so
period
happy.
came.
I was so happy. I was just like, I was so terrified about what this period thing is and how my life would have to change.
Yeah.
And because I was a swimmer,
Changes, yeah.
and at that time we didn't have the tampon conversation. It was pads.
Yeah.
So I was just like, do I have to give up swimming? And what is all this?
Oh,
you know?
no, babe, because mine, I was a
Yeah,
swimmer too.
yeah, calculus.
And I started in class 7 or class 6. And my mom taught me how to put on a tampon. Like, cause babe, it's either that or you drop swimming. And I was a competitive swimmer.
Yeah, those are the things that were going through my head. And I think God knew he was just like, you're not
You're
ready.
so lucky.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
But also, you're so lucky. You had your mom to teach you.
Yeah.
My mom taught me everything, even the book tops conversation. She was like, hey, now your nipples are starting to really like shine through this tops of you. So we went to the book tops.
Yes.
She literally physically showed me how to put on a tampon with her body and then told me repeat.
Please thank God for your mother.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
for that
I think
I'm
my
really
first
thankful.
book job was in high school.
Oh, babe.
And it was part of the shopping list.
Oh.
That's the only
Yeah, we
You know the way when you're going to high school, you get that list of uniform and play kits and whatever. So my mom shop. Exactly. So when we were packing.
Yeah, three.
Yes.
Wait,
And they had to be white.
6 days
And
a
it had
week.
to be white. It had to be white.
Why?
Which is strange because you're wearing a white shirt.
So it shows under.
Yes.
Yeah.
Insane.
So now that I talk about my fast, so even then we'd never had a period conversation.
Yeah.
So she packed pads that I used to go and distribute in school because I couldn't even tell her my periods have not started.
Babe, she didn't even ask you.
No. But you see, my mom is from that generation where some of those things were left unsaid. So it's for me, it doesn't even come from a negative place. And I laugh about it because I'm just like, anyway, she was following the school rules, you know, because that is what the rules have said. Yeah, and I'm grateful that even my sense of curiosity was not to that point of experimenting. I think it saved me from a lot.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying in that season of high school where I was really having a very, like my relationship with Christianity and religion was extremely strong, and I feel like it stopped me from just having chaos in my life.
Girl.
Because there was no other source of information beyond what the school was giving. And because I wasn't open to hearing about other people's experiences in a positive way, it was very judgy. So I'd sit and listen to those conversations and goes like, can never be me. You get? So I'm glad that maybe was what I needed in that moment. Because it served its purpose.
Hindsight.
And then by the time I actually got to digest a lot of what all these things are, I was in my young adulthood very open and willing to experiment. It was an adventure.
The beauty of that is that then you don't, because if we're really struggling, we're quickening the growing up process so much. And we're rushing to nothing. And it puts you in danger, like in dangerous situations, because you're so curious. And
I think you still get into dangerous situations, because even the information I had from both ends of the scale, oh man, we fucked up in our 20s. We did a lot of shitty things.
Which is fine.
You high school.
Okay,
Which is what Caribbean.
I'm actually grateful for that. I think, life would have been different for me if I had those experiences in high school.
Truly. And you, babe?
About masturbation?
And even your period.
My period? Sorry.
Masturbation.
No, masturbation we talked about. Like with my period, it came in class 6, 7. I really can't remember when. But then I'm trying to remember whether like somebody else guided me, but then minus the school conversation of this is how a pad is put. That was it. Like it's never come. No, like they also come from a space where like let the school handle that. Yeah. So as much as they parented in other things, but then I think there's shame. Even up to this day, there's period shame. So even there's not too much, at least now there's organizations and people and cool parents like yourself who are really trying to be involved and do things differently. There's more information online that more people have access to that we didn't have that information. So for me it was really I learned through the ways. I can actually say that I learned how to take care of myself and my period in my late 20s. Yeah, like I'd leak so many times. I would overstay with a pad because I was just so ashamed of renewing it. I used to forget putting it on my shopping list because then I used to do my own shopping. My folks were very like, oh, here's your money. You go do your own shopping from the time I turned 12, 13. So those are things that if you're not perioding there, because then it wasn't, also my period wasn't regular. So I didn't, and then I didn't understand. Up to this day, I think Kaki's the one who was always like, when are you ovulating? When are you? And I'm just like,
I'm even like, to get the app then.
Yeah. So for me, I still, I think, have trauma from my first, especially on the period.
Yeah.
But hey, it's
leak a lot.
Yeah, leak a lot. I didn't know how to change it. I didn't know how to use a tampon. I wanted to use OB so bad. And then, it was. And then I did this thing that just scared me from OB.
Yeah.
I got one pack from my sis, and then I took a glass of water and put it in.
And you saw how large.
I was like,
large. Large. That keeps expanding and expanding.
This is how
math is not
I'm gonna get married. Like, this is how my virginity will be
break.
Yeah, how do I prove to my husband in a society where I've been told I have to? This will crack my hymen. So no thanks. And so I started using a tampon in my life, maybe 28, 29.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a newbie in the tampon, but I see guys have now moved to the cup. You guys have moved to the
I love the cup.
Yeah, and I'm still I'm a laggard. What's more than a laggard? What comes after laggard? What's behind laggard?
Laggard is truly the slowest.
Yeah. So I'm called laggard because most of us are you're relating, kissing, and also I guess your sex experience.
And me?
Oh baby, even you with a cup, it took you
long.
Yeah.
By the time I was doing the cup, baby, you had even told me about the period panty.
Yeah.
You told me about like so many different things. I was like, I'm so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get there. And actually, my pal, Wangwe, is the one who introduced me to the cup. Like, she'd use a cup, and I'm like, she's like, if you can use a tampon, you can use a cup.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's true.
And you see that thing with the tampon thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd look at the different size cups, and I'm just like, where are you going exactly?
How does this enter?
Like, how do I? And then first. So the first time I tried a cup, you know the thing about pulling the tip
We have to talk about that.
to remove it. Humst. I'm like,
What did you do?
did I remember I'm supposed to pinch the tip and pull
so
it?
that it's like lodges.
So I'm just like, okay, so I've got the tip.
cervix.
I'm like, okay, I'm pulling it out, it ain't coming.
Yeah.
I'm getting impatient because I want to shower.
Yeah.
I'm just like, it's the end of the day. You know, at the end of the day when you're in your period, you just want that hot shower.
I know.
I'm fighting with this thing in the bathroom. I'm like, why is it not? So I pulled it, friend.
Oh my god.
I screamed all my screaming. I screamed because
Girl, how am I supposed to switch to the cup?
I was
now?
like, did it just come out with my vagina? Because I pulled it out, and you know it relies on air pressure.
Yes.
I'm not
It's
very
a
sure about
suction.
it.
It's a suction.
Pinch.
Yeah, so you need to pinch.
Let me tell you, I washed that cup
cervix.
and I used my period panties for about a year. I was like, they're not doing this again.
But baby,
Oh,
what
so
if
my
you
boy
talking
is
about
like, did I remember? Like in
Yeah,
that
you can't
moment,
forget.
I was just like, I'm tired, I want to shower, this thing is not coming out. So one boy is like, try again. So we actually went on Amazon with her and we tried different cups. We even found a local producer who, she was like, maybe try their cup.
Yeah.
So I tried their cup
Yeah.
and Manze, I've never looked back.
Yeah,
I was like,
me too.
Oh,
maybe
wow.
3-4 years ago.
Okay.
Like I don't
3-4
think
years
I can
ago.
go back to a pad or
Or
a
a
tampon.
tampon.
Like
Yeah.
it's extremely
Convenient.
uncomfortable to go back to that. And then because I think I'm partly into the idea of free bleeding, so the period panties are amazing. I don't even feel like I'm on my period.
So you
because I
just
put on my
Oh,
pant
wow.
and I'm out, and in the evening we wash the pant and get a clean pair, and it's like me wearing underwear every day, which is
You're
quite
so
the
beautiful.
phenomenon.
Babe, that's
Yeah.
so
No, it's freeing. It's actually very freeing
Oh,
because
yeah?
I don't have to think about,
change.
do I have to carry an extra pad? Do I have to carry, am I going to a place with no toilet?
Yeah.
Do they have a pad bin? It is as simple as, is there a washroom I can pee? I wash my hands. In fact, when I pee is when unless I'm having a really crampy day, when I pee is when I remember, oh, I'm on my period.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing.
And if you get a good
Yeah.
quality
Like,
period pant, it
Yeah.
absorbs everything. So there's no wetness, there's nothing.
That's nice.
Yeah, like it's like wearing your panty every day and going about your life.
Well, my last mile goal for the year is to try the cup. Everybody on our viewers, just remember to pinch and pull. Because you don't want pinch and pull.
Oh my God.
Because you don't want to scrum.
Yes, because it suctions on your cervix.
Yeah, scrum it. Wait, okay, so do you have to like sit at an angle and like pull it, or like do you like?
No, me and do it
No.
from the toilet. We just pull
Yeah.
it.
Does it like come out
pinch?
with like a lot of like?
No, you know it's your hand. You have control.
But
over
babe, you
how
kind of have to practice so you're not spilling
True.
blood everywhere. And then
Yeah.
it depends on how your cervix or your vagina curves. Not everybody has a straight, the way guys have dicks that curve left, right, straight.
That's
Yeah.
If your vagina to your cervix is not a straight path.
That's true.
Yeah, so I find it easier for me when I squat.
Uh-huh.
And I'm grateful that I have a very light flow, so during the day I don't need to change my cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I think of having to change my cup in a toilet outside of my house,
It's kind of messy.
for me it's just like, no, we're not doing this. But in my house, and I'm doing it in the bathroom, I find it easier to squat. Even in the insertion, I just find it easy to squat. It's
so it
very
depends on
quick.
your cervix.
Very, very quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you squat, I just literally sit down and it goes. I think
I
have a
tried the
straight
sitting
cervix.
down once thing when I was home.
Yeah.
I was just like, we look like a mother.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the thing.
It can be quite messy. It's a little messy, but it's your blood.
But you rinse water. You just put water in.
Yeah,
You
it's
just-
just blood.
It's a little blood.
Yeah,
It's yours.
it is.
Are we really going to vomit over our own blood?
No, hell
Yeah, you sat with
no.
it the whole day.
Yeah,
Now
it's
when you're
yours.
catching a feeling
Yes,
about it.
yes. Wow.
And then you're gonna do this every month.
Yeah,
for 5 days.
exactly.
You're
You're gonna be
catching
vomiting.
You're catching a feeling.
No, no, we're
Okay.
not doing that.
I guess it's
Okay.
gonna be a first time for me to pinch and pull.
Just remember,
pinch and pull. And then let me tell you, this is the first time I have learned that there's different types of cervixes. I think I'm gonna have a masturbation session very soon to try and discover.
Just get how your body works.
Yeah.
Because when you're choosing a cup, because you can get a curved cup.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you can get a straight cup.
Yeah.
You can get a very flexible silicone cup. You can get, so you need to know how your body works. And that's what I was telling her. I can't sit and pull. I squat. I find it easier because of the positioning of my vagina and cervix. It doesn't give me the luxury of sitting on a toilet and pulling it out.
Okay.
Cue in, cranks in. But when I squat, it's so like effortless.
Neat.
Completely effortless.
Because that's what you're looking for, the quick, easy,
Yeah.
neat, not
Clean.
messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. So let's talk about. Do you guys want to touch on pornography or sex?
Our fast porn.
Whispering.
Oh, it's just pornography.
Porno sex. My aunties might be watching. No, they won't.
Well, even if they did,
Yeah.
well, here we are.
We are dogs.
Here we are. Talking about sex and porn. So let's talk about porn.
Our fast porn.
How did that go for you?
Yeah,
Oh.
you start.
Let me tell you, I have never seen a dick that big.
Hang like a horse.
Yes,
for you.
It did help because I was also older. Internet access was not available to a lot. You couldn't enter a movie store and say you wanna buy
A blue movie.
Yeah, that's
To borrow videotapes.
Yeah, you can. It was as hard as buying condoms back in the day. So like for me, it came much. Like in my 20s is when I had internet access to be able to
watch
to
porn.
watch that. And then for me it was a lot of overthinking. So I was set, I was ready, and then I'm like BBC, and I'm like, I don't even know what BBC
Yeah, let's
is.
check
But I'm
this
like,
out.
let me okay, big black car. Okay. Let's say that there's advertisements.
Yeah, down there.
Yeah, how
All
to
manner of
enlarge.
things. Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And then it's this girl like taking in the and I'm
that.
like, oh my god. So I readjusted myself, I covered myself because I'm like, now I'm starting to feel bad for this babe. Like, how is she fitting that whole junk in her mouth? Like,
Not vomiting.
wow, you have talent. And then for me it was when Big Black Cock put and you know the titles are like Big Black Cock gives tight vagina something. The titles are always so and he's inserting it into her, and I'm like, oh my god, is this girl being trafficked? Is she okay?
Is this consensual?
Oh my god, the FBI, and then there's always like a thing, the FBI. Oh yeah,
There's a warning. There's a warning.
What is that?
Bring down your head on.
I'm like, if it's this long, why are we watching? But why is there a warning? Does the FBI know?
We're watching me. Watch this.
Am I a sex trafficker? Oh, it was so bad.
Oh my god. Yeah, porn. Oh my god, you guys, we have never had a positive. I don't really like porn.
Yeah.
I think I forced myself. I think it was
Yeah.
trendy.
Yeah, it was.
But maybe also because I started in high school. Well, what? I think I'm an early bloomer.
Do something.
Because I had a childhood friend who was a dude, and his son was like, you wanna check this out?
Hey.
I know. You know what dad says? My dad is basically a pastor.
Sorry, guys.
Like,
You are not gonna enjoy porn. The thought of your
I didn't even enjoy it. I can think of my dad, and then secondly, it was a lot. Like, babe, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I remember
And
that
what happens at the same time, and then you're watching with your dude pal, and then you're also in your adolescent years. It's a lot. I didn't like it, and I've never liked it. It feels forceful. It doesn't look like the baby's enjoying. It never ever looked pleased like they like it, the girls. But the dudes seem to love it, and they're going hard.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why when I had sex, that guy was just going hard and hard and hard because of watching porn.
Yeah.
Like, it's not gentle, it's not cute.
No, it's
I mean,
not.
I still watch it here and there, but I don't like enjoy it like.
You have a different
Yeah.
mindset when you're watching it.
It doesn't
now.
feel so ethical, and not because I think it's wrong. It just doesn't feel like they take care of the mama.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why.
I agree with
That's
you
what I mean by
fully with
ethical
that.
that way. Yeah.
So that was your first time with the thought of your dad at the back and your
Why are
homie.
those dicks so huge for real?
They-
for real. Even as in they're black, but they're blacker than black.
Yeah.
I still to date have never seen a dick that black, like in real life.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
that black.
Yeah, and that thick and that. Yeah, like I wouldn't even want that. Like, oh, like no
Ouch.
offense if you have that.
Fucking
It's just
painful.
yeah.
No offense, because me I've been hurt by guys with big dicks.
Yeah. Okay, there's some who know how to work it.
Never met one.
I'll give them that. I'll give you the contact. No, okay.
Be regular.
Maureen, do you want the contact?
No.
Okay. No.
Okay, when was your first porn
I
experience?
actually realized I really like this episode because it's like I'm having flashbacks. You know, it's not things I think
Yeah.
about every day.
Yeah.
So given my current demographic, I feel like I have two fasts. I have a vintage porn experience and I have a new age porn experience. So we grew up, again, big family with cousins, different age groups. So my first experience with what I consider porn was in the time when DVDs had just gotten into the market. We moved from Walkman to CD players,
Yeah.
and now VCRs were slowly being replaced by DVDs.
Yeah.
And I remember there was
was.
a school holiday, so we used to share rooms with my cousins and siblings. So I don't know what I was doing in the boys' room. I can't remember what I was getting. But then in whatever it is I was getting, I came across a DVD with a naked babe on the sleeve. And I remember I was like, oh, what is this?
And some boobs.
Yeah.
It was never
It was
like,
always-
I can't remember like what was highlighted, but I remember
Yeah.
there was a naked babe on the sleeve, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
so fast
I bet she was
confusion.
sitting like this.
Yeah,
And then her legs are
yeah, something. Yeah.
Her boobs are still packing large.
Yeah.
But I remember leaving the boys' room thinking, what was that? Like, it still didn't hit me that was porn.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to, I guess, a couple of maybe holidays later. So we grew up in an estate that was populated by kids, very middle class, general estate.
Yeah.
And of course, these are your friends from childhood, and we've grown up together. Holiday time, you're playing together.
Yeah.
So we had two neighbors.
Yeah.
We had Wahome, who was just the guy that everybody wanted. Like Manze Wahome says hi to you, your days need. But there's also the babe Jerry.
Hey,
Jerry
Wahome.
was really cute.
Oh, really?
Like, I feel like her upbringing was so progressive because she was brought up by a single mom, which I had never encountered before.
Yeah.
It was always there's a mother, there's a father.
Always.
The mother was working. She was the first woman I ever saw, apart from my stepmom, she was the first woman I ever saw drive her own car, pay her own rent, take her child to school. I was like, Jerry, your mom is an ish.
Oh, Mama Jerry.
Yeah,
The 80s
in the
and
80s,
90s.
my mind was blown.
Yeah.
And Jerry was gorgeous. Even back then, we all knew Jerry was the it girl.
Yeah.
So I remember one day we are chilling and somebody
Back
says,
in
guys, people are meeting at Wahome's house. So me, I told you, awkward all the way. So I'm going with the crowd because we're going to Wahome's house. So we walk into Wahome's house.
Did you have, okay, sorry to interrupt. Did you have your baggy I'm still with the shoes. You have
Oh
the
no,
baggy shoes.
remember, my mother was a seamstress.
Oh, okay.
90% of the clothes used to wear were handmade by my mom.
Oh my
kinda
god,
cute.
I kinda like that.
Yeah, I kinda like
Not
that.
when you're a teenager with raging hormones and your mother's sense of fashion is not yours.
It's all in fashion.
It is.
She's a seamstress
Below the
mindset.
knee.
Wow.
Oh my god,
Okay, at least she
you're
did
right.
above the knee slightly.
Me, I was just like, now when I think about it, I was like, okay, at least we're not naked. But then, in that moment, you're just like, yo, okay,
God.
it's fine. Me, I gave up. I knew I was never gonna be the cool kid. It's fine. So you hang out with people who you think are the cool kids. If
Yeah.
they let you.
Akina Wahome.
Akina Jerry,
Jerry,
Wahome was at a whole other. I was punching above my weight. I just said to her,
But now Wahome has invited you over.
now
Guys
I
are
was
meeting.
invited
Guys are
people
meeting.
to our
are
house.
going to our house.
So we walk into their house,
Uh-huh.
and then all the guys in the estate have sat in the sitting room. Like it's like town hall meeting.
Yeah.
So we're like 3, 4, 5 babes. We walk in,
Yeah.
and then the TV is on,
Yeah.
and again VHS, VCR.
Yeah.
So you can tell they were watching a video. It's paused,
Yeah.
and then they make us. Oh my god,
What do they do?
that was like, babe. We stood there in a line to be sussed out.
You're kidding.
Yes, and we stood there like willing participants. Yeah.
See, what we are saying in hindsight now, some things are so
It's
messed
okay.
up.
Yeah.
And we stood
Yeah.
there and they're trying to compare who has boobs, who doesn't, who's ass. And we're wondering, I remember in my head thinking, where is this
Babe.
going?
Babe!
Only for us to discover they
Yeah.
had been watching porn
Porn.
and they were now trying to compare what we look like vis-a-vis
Versus-
what they've
versus-
just seen on screen. And then they chose 2 chicks to stay behind. I guess the rest of us didn't make the cut.
Oh my god, they
We were
shortlisted!
kicked out. Yes! And they locked the door. So we are outside the estate. Then I think that Kinawahome's nanny must have realized what's going on.
Damn.
Because the next thing, I remember Jerry's mom leaving her house, running to Kinawahome's and banging on the gate and the door. Because we don't know what these guys had planned to do with these 2 chicks we left behind.
Shit.
Let me tell you, that was my vintage experience with porn. Needless to say, after that we were lectured. I think my mom, grounding wasn't a thing, but I remember we didn't go out to play with kids for about 2 weeks.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
you all are not going
That was
anywhere.
torture.
Because you know when you grow up
But
with that sense of
necessary.
community,
Yeah.
everybody was told and parents were like, they're not hanging out.
Thank God, actually.
And I remember our home's older brother was shipped off to boarding because apparently he was the instigator.
Babe, what did they
Yeah.
do to those girls?
Nothing. Thank goodness their nanny.
Yeah.
She picked up on it quickly because she's
Yeah.
like, why are these boys in the sitting room and why have they locked the door and why have these ones been? I think she picked up on something going, some monkey business. So she rescued us. Fast forward
Man.
That's like a gang rape
It
situation.
is.
something. I feel like something
It
was gonna
is.
go bad.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
could have gone very wrong.
God damn.
So I'm guessing Jerry had been selected.
Yes, she was one of the people who stayed behind. But you see,
Yeah.
Jerry and Mahome, and they were friends. So,
Okay.
and I think in your mind at that time, you don't think that your friends could harm you
Yeah.
or do anything that puts you in harm's way.
But they do.
But they do.
Shit.
Fast forward to adulthood.
Yeah.
Remember the guy who gave me my first kiss?
Yeah.
He was also my first porn watching experience.
Oh, really?
Because he had a very open mind when it comes to sex. So one day, again, he'd check in comfort level. He's like, so have you ever watched porn? And I'm like, nah, not quite. He's like, do you want to try and watch porn? I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So he, again, DVD era. So he puts this thing, first of all, I'm like, it's so loud, the neighbors will know we're watching porn because the chick is moaning and scared. I was like,
They're always mourning.
Loud morning.
But just to add, have you guys watched like Japanese or hentai porn?
Yeah, not
Do you
really.
find they mourn a bit weird?
It's like in their accent.
They do. Yeah. Like,
It's so weird. It's funny.
Like, what?
I mean, it's not for me, it's not a bad sound, but I'm always just like,
It is.
Just where. Yeah. So yeah, it's not a bad thing when you're used to it. So now you have to like, because now everyone is
I'm like,
hearing
dude, reduce
loud
the
ass
volume.
music.
I was like, I was sitting there in uncomfortable embarrassment. He's like, do you want us to stop? I'm like, yes, but no, I want to see how this ends.
I know.
And I was like, okay, see, we're in a relationship, so see, we try, we compromise, we watch together.
Yeah.
I sat there thinking, this is something I'm never gonna do again. Yeah, because it didn't do it for me. Like there was no, I wasn't turned on. I was so confused by why are we not having sex? Why are we watching other people have sex? What are we doing? Like plus, it was really uncomfortable for me. And then, like you said, I'm not a big porn watcher. Like even the few times I find myself watching porn, and it's funny, I was having this conversation with someone recently. I'm like, it's because I'm idle. I'm bored. Either I can't sleep, and I'm like, I've watched all the Instagram, YouTube,
TikTok,
Twitter. So now it's 2 a.m. There's 5 hours before wake up time. What am I doing with my it's that witching hour. And then you watch like 1 or 2, 3, and you're just like, Aki, why do we watch this thing? Like it doesn't do it for you. But I've realized the older I get, it's gotten even less and less. Like I can go 2 years without even porn crossing my way. And it's just not my thing. I guess it has its audience, but for me, it's not my thing.
It must have its audience. It has millions of viewers, but it's not us, I guess.
I agree. There's too much ejaculation actually that happens. That's not normal.
No, I'm always wondering. You see that thing I asked? Like, why am I watching other people have sex? Like, what is it for me? It's not a kink. It's not.
That's it.
For me, it's not. I know there's a kink for that, especially for voyeurism and the like. It's not my kink. I'm just like, okay, good for you, thanks. Yeah, you know.
It's interesting that then all our fast porn experiences were not the best.
Have never been good. It's not like we've ever loved it.
No, we haven't. And then it continues just being something that sometimes we're curious about, or like we're passing time or bored. But really, like my first time really was not enjoyable, and I don't think for a lot of people it's been enjoyable.
I have a question for us. Does our porn, how we watched porn and how we saw people react in porn and how the whole thing was laid out, did it affect our first times, like smashing?
Sorry, before I answer your question, it's related but not directly. The thing you said about, is it ethical? And that's the other thing, even in my adulthood, because I realized not all of it is consensual. Not all of it. And the thing for me in the industry is, I'm like, if you get well paid doing what you love to do, then that is fine. Unfortunately, sometimes you cannot tell with the thousands of videos online. Again, was there consent? Is there safety being practiced? Does this person get paid for their work? You know, are they being taken advantage of? And those thoughts never leave my head. And even now, when I look at some of the sites I'm on, I'm really, honestly, there's a time I actually even considered subscribing to an ethical porn site.
That makes sense.
But the thing for me, again, it took it back to, but this is not my thing.
It's not
so like, why am I paying, I don't know, 1,000 bob in subscription over a platform that I will frequent once in 2 years? It makes sense.
Exactly.
And I'm just
free. So the free part has all those questions. Because it's free, we have to ask ourselves those questions.
I think so.
And then now it made me want to be, when I had sex, I don't know. It was the most underwhelming. Between the rom-coms, all the books I'd read that were hella romantic, my Mills and Boons, my Sweet Valleys and everything. And then porn, and then my first time, I was like, what the?
Girl, how was your first time?
Underwhelming. Nothing. I didn't get what I thought I'd get.
What was the expectation?
What I thought I'd feel. Fireworks. Like
playing in the background. The fairy godmother sharing my
let's start with it was even a lojo. So you paid 200.
What? Was it per hour?
Was it those ones with chip stickers? One is red, one is blue, so you don't go with them.
And the basso. And they have advertisement. And they have an advertisement. Hot showers on TV available.
Photos on the curtains, flowers or wild animals. I don't remember.
How did you walk past reception?
Like just in high school.
Look straight and then I get into a bag.
You really there, my half day.
Half day, there's no way she was gonna wait. Why you
asked for smash?
Okay.
That's for smash because you were in high school. And then my mom is saying, and we could smashing his.
Did you use a hot shower after?
I don't get over it. It was like a long corridor with many doors. And then that red ochre Hey, you might as well have been in that bush where that 9-year-old.
Okay, I'm so sorry of that experience.
No, that was my first, second, third.
Wow, then he was a repeat guy.
My boyfriend.
Aki invested 600 in you to have sex.
Oh my god. For sure he wasn't watching and saying
But you know he's watching. So, because this guy has announced in family. We've been in the club, we've been in Mercury and
Boy, Aki today for the rest of the day I'll be laughing at you.
I'm so sorry, Kanki, that that is gonna leave rent free.
Because of
yeah.
as in third form, was supposed to be, my mom had paid for tuition, for two holiday tuition.
What was that? I know that. Okay, no.
And we were both in the tuition, and he was my boyfriend. He was like,
Big
"This is my
performance."
boyfriend." No, tuition like for you for high
and
for form
tutor,
four.
yeah.
Tutor, and you're a group of people,
Okay.
and you're all meeting in this class every day, like 3 to 4 times a week. And so then we had to look for a lodging because we need 2 hours of our lunch to smash.
Was it the same lojo? Did they give you the same? Guys, so like
regulars. Oh, Merudi Tana.
They never say that, but you really feel shame.
Yeah, because you look at shit.
Exception, because you're like you're whole.
Yeah.
I was 17 and I remember feeling like, isn't this for like prostitutes?
Yeah, but you don't. Did you think that?
Yeah, babe, you're paying.
Oh,
You're
okay.
literally paying to go have sex.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
either you're a prostitute or you're having sex with a married man, or like
Okay,
those
that's
things.
what lojos are.
Also, that's why your
attached to,
mind
sir.
went.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not because it's mine. We're both age mates. We're both class from 3s.
Oh.
I'm in high school.
At least your first was also like your first
It
like
wasn't
love
so
almost.
bad. It's just that it wasn't what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
I have to ask because this was also your boyfriend. Did you,
Yeah.
if you don't mind sharing, did you use protection?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at you being all responsible.
Who taught you these
No,
things,
Who taught
babe?
him?
Oh,
We
your
had-
mom.
We had condoms.
Plus, also you
Yeah.
said your mom
My
has.
mom really put the fear of AIDS, and my dad would have sessions with us and all the kids and all our cousins and all our family friends, and he would show us on our screen what gonorrhea looks like and syphilis on your vagina
What?
and your breast and
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
It was really, those
Videos were available. Yeah, we used to like in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember in high school they used to do that. Like we'd sit in the hall and the projector is put up and
It's shown
my
to you.
friend.
Yeah.
Just
And
like,
that thing can chill you to
Yeah.
the bone.
Yeah, it can.
You-
It can.
oh my God, so we used rubber.
Wow.
We used rubber every time.
That was so responsible, like
Actually, every time.
yeah, that your
Even
first
for
time
him, because his
was.
dad would bring the rubber. It was like an unsaid rule.
Yeah.
It wasn't so bad, it just was. I thought
wanted more.
Your expectation versus
I didn't even know how
reality
to get
was.
there, like I didn't know how to get to come.
Yeah.
It was our first times.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it didn't even
Yeah.
last as long as because then porn and also like rom-coms and
It's going on
Hollywood.
forever.
Yeah, man, there'll be the sun has come and then they're having breakfast and the guy's hitting it from the back, from the front, from the side.
It's
Let me
not
ask.
cool.
Can I
You
ask?
dry up.
Yeah.
Regardless of that expectation that you had, did you actually feel like you knew what you were doing?
No, babe, what the hell? I really followed his lead. And imagine he's in Form 3, so even him, he was going.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
didn't know what I was doing. We just knew his penis enters your vagina. It's
Yeah.
gonna hurt. It did. Then it stops hurting, but you just never feel good.
Yeah, there was no satisfaction. There was no
Did you
climax.
feel good?
Let's start from, did I feel anything?
Yeah.
Did you feel
How
pain?
was? Yeah. How was
And,
yours?
and that's what, you see when you say underwhelming, I
Yeah.
can relate because it was not planned.
Mm.
I didn't leave my house thinking that day, oh, I'm gonna have sex today. Today's the day I have sex with a man and I'm gonna have sex for the first time.
Yeah. Was it a party?
So,
Yeah.
And how old were you?
Yeah.
Yes, contact.
as we all agreed, I am a little
Hey, were you at this point? I think you were 30. babe.
Yeah.
Could be. Let's go with that.
No.
No, she was in her 20s.
Yeah, okay, thank God.
No, I was actually, I had just turned 19.
Oh,
Yeah, I just
that's not so bad, babe. Congratulations. That's
We're
not
gonna
so
applaud this.
bad.
Yeah, I was on a blue mindset.
No, I had just turned 19, and again, a bunch of friends always hanging out together. We're at a friend's house. Their parents were away. So the friend's house we were in, they were not Kenyan, they were foreigners,
Yeah.
but their parents had gone back home to deal with family stuff.
Yeah.
And of course they know they have a 16, 17-year-old in the house, so responsible for the younger siblings. So his sister was my friend.
Okay.
So of course it's that age of you experimenting with liquor and recreational things. So I was high on weed. We had smoked up, I think, the whole afternoon, and I just needed to sleep.
Yeah.
Like there's like a nice snooze when you had this high, you just want to sleep.
Yeah.
So she's like, you can go upstairs and sleep in my bed. So me, I went and I crashed in her bed. Kidogo, there's a warm body next to me. So I turn and I wake up, and it's somebody I know, right?
Yeah. Back to that conversation.
Yeah.
But it's someone I know, and I'm like, ni wewe. He's like, tulale. Oh, let's sleep.
Yeah, so you felt safe.
Yeah, so we slept. We actually slept for a bit.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I'm like, okay, why are your hands on me? Like, what's happening here?
He went straight to the boobs, yeah?
No, he like big spoon, small spoon type of situation. So for me, even that was a lot. I'm like, we're friends, but okay, fine, we're sharing a bed, we can sleep like brother and sister.
Yeah,
so why your arms around me?
Yeah.
You know, because my mind was still not there.
Yeah.
And then also, again, I think I had such a weird complex with how I resolved or perceived myself then. Because again, this guy was the guy in the estate people used to see and swoon over. I mean, he was really good looking. He was just that guy. Honestly, right now, I don't even see what that fascination was. But back then, I was like, oh, we're in a bed together and you want to hold me? Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then he starts kissing my neck and I'm like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
But then I'm again very grateful for where my mind went. I was like, oh, so you want to do this? I'm like, let's not waste time. Let's do it now. Yeah. And then he got on top of me. I don't even think we removed all our clothes.
Yeah.
And he's on top of me and I'm looking at him. And you know the thing when you're in a missionary position where somebody's on top. And I'm looking at him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't I feel anything?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like I mean, I saw you felt you go in. But then this emotion you're doing.
Yeah.
All I can see is you bobbing up and down, and I'm like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah, because you're supposed to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know what to expect.
Mm.
But I remember thinking, what is this big deal of we're being told to not have sex? You wait till you're married.
I remember thinking that as well. I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he finished, and then I was just like, okay, now I need a shower because we had not planned to. There was no condom being used. There's nothing.
Did you come inside?
Yes, and in
Oh,
my
Lord
head,
Jesus Christ.
I'm thinking, okay, what is all this sticky? This is messy.
Yeah.
So I remember getting up and dressing, and he was still in the bed, and he's like, you're leaving. I'm like, yeah. You don't? I'm just like, bye. Like I put on my clothes, I went downstairs, said bye to my pal, I went to my house. I think I even threw away that underwear because I mean now I'm seeing stuff in my underwear and I'm like, I ain't washing this shit.
Ew.
Threw the underwear in the dustbin and I think I didn't have sex for almost 1.5, 2 years after that. Like the curiosity
It put you
was
off
done.
sex.
Yeah, because I'm just
Yeah.
like, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is me. And it's so bad because even when I kept on seeing him after that, that's where my mind used to go. So even the thing I used to see that was attractive in him,
Gone.
it went. I was just like,
Yeah.
Then you're those toxic people who smash and then you're like,
Ghost.
yeah, no longer.
if the partners was for a purpose, we were both clear about the purpose, especially now, if you're both clear about the
Did
purpose.
he like you and then you didn't like
Oh, he
him?
tried. He tried. He did try. Like he'd tell my pal, oh, tell Nani to come. Oh, he'd come, and I'd just be like, friend, what was that?
So are you the toxic person
Oh,
who stops
hey.
liking
And then you
someone
ghosted
to smash?
him.
Is it toxic though if you're clear from the beginning? Honestly, it's a
There was no
question.
communication.
Back then, of course, we're not thinking communication,
Yeah.
but right now,
If you've communicated at the beginning, it's not toxic.
Yeah.
yeah. But also, honestly, I'm not
Why
very good at.
communicate?
I'm not very good at communicating some things. Then, back then, I was not really good at communicating things around sex. So I guess at some point, with the people I was having sex with at that time, I guess I would leave them in confusion because for me, if the purpose was just an orgasm. If I got it well and good, thanks. If I didn't, I'd be like, oh, we're not doing that again with you. No way.
You're the first babe I've had who finished having sex,
And then
left the bed,
she's like, okay.
yeah, and then
go.
bounced. Like,
Yeah.
wow. Like,
Fast
okay, I
time.
just wanted somebody to hold me and.
What was your
Let me not
first
say why.
sex?
Yeah.
Then what do you mean why?
Yeah.
60.
I moved to this end. Let me join my babe over
Yeah, you are the
here.
same.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, after.
need to be
Yeah.
Let's not do that. Let's drink
like
tea.
spoon her like
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this.
But yeah, my first time I'd been reading a lot of Sweet Valley High in university. And then like it was the two twin sisters, Elizabeth Wakefield and Jessica Wakefield.
Yeah.
And Jessica was the first one to have
She was the wild
She was the
one.
wild
Well, she's only had a boyfriend,
She
right?
got one. No, even Elizabeth
Even Elizabeth had Todd.
Todd.
They were really
Commitment.
chaste.
Yeah. They waited until
waited.
camp, like even before, towards the end of camp.
Uni.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
waited for
Oh.
some time. Jessica, after high school, is when she broke her virginity.
Yeah.
And I remember this line where Jessica had just had sex, and she stood in front of the mirror, and she was expecting to feel like a woman. She was trying to see whether there is anything that has physically changed,
Yeah.
and nothing.
Yeah.
And then for me, it was the same thing. I did the same exact thing. First of all, it was rough. I didn't like it. The guy was not caring. It was in his house, in his parents' house.
Yeah.
The room was dark. And okay, maybe boys of this age are metrosexual, but then boys' rooms just smelled of socks and like basketball. It just didn't
Musty.
smell. It was very
Yuck.
musty. It was very yuck. And so it didn't last long.
Yeah.
Again, I thought it would be the whole hit it from the back, the front, side to side, hold me, kiss me until morning. Yeah. Oh, say, baby, I see this, me and you till the end. No, his boys were outside chewing mirror and drinking whiskey. And he literally finished what he was doing and then said, alright, I'll be outside. You can join us after. I remember going to the mirror and just looking at, okay, what just happened?
Yeah.
And that's it. We continued having sex with the same guy for almost 2 years. I was 21 years old.
Was he your boyfriend?
Yeah, he was. But I was so disappointed that I waited until 21
For this.
for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. First it wasn't special. Like, minus the lojo, low-key like jealous of your first experience because then guy put in thought and money into it. Like my nigga didn't even like clean his room. Like his boys were there outside ready to give him a high five. Yeah, I went home and took the longest shower. Like I felt so
used.
Yeah, I felt so used.
Icky.
Yeah, and icky. But you know what? You heal through these things, you learn.
Yeah.
You also
No
unlearn some
cuddles.
things. Yeah, no cuddles. And for me, like I craved cuddles.
Yeah.
That is what I wanted my first experience to
Even
be.
now.
Magical.
Even now in my 30s, I crave cuddles.
Yeah, yeah. Me too sometimes
Can't
to an
imagine smashing
extent.
and you turn around.
Hey,
That's funny.
Am I going to sex craving orgasms? Let's get there. Whatever way we need to get there.
And then after that, you at least hold each other and tell each other how you love each other.
But if it
Yeah,
matters
about
to
the
the person
future.
I'm with, okay, fine.
But for
I can
you?
try, but it's not a because I'm like, we are hot, we are sweaty, the room is funny, and I'm just like,
It's just
overstimulation.
Yeah.
Sweat.
I cannot
Yes.
understand why people have different beds and different rooms because we can, to some extent, a little, not all the time.
But sometimes.
Yeah, it
I
can
get that for sometimes. It's
Yeah.
nice, so you can even do your spread out and chill.
to
without
catch
another
up with
person.
your feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not after sex. Like on a day you're not smashing.
Yeah.
I swear, me, babe, if you smash me and you do that,
Yeah.
guy.
It's gonna. Yeah.
No, the beauty
It's
of where
gonna
we are
fight.
right now, we are considerate of other people's feelings. It's
My heart
not
will
just
break.
about
Yeah. I can't date Maureen. I can't even Maureen. I
I
can't
can't even smash you.
Yeah, I
Please
can't.
accept it.
Yeah.
You remind me of those guys who used to smash me and then they suddenly ghost me.
Yeah.
guy, babe. No, I wouldn't ghost. Like, I mean, if we're in a relationship, I would not ghost. Why would
But
I
remember
ghost?
that other guy who you said he was hot, then you smashed, and then he wasn't hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I realized
You're
then that
number one.
okay, that I was disillusioned. It was a disillusionment.
You guys
The rose
are
glasses. No, but I say that with kindness. I say it with kindness because I really was disillusioned. I was, and when the rose-colored glasses fell off, I was just like, you're just turning so ordinary.
You guys, this is under construction, and I can report
I'm not
with
that person
Gusto that
anymore.
Maureen is constructive.
She's not the same.
Yeah, she's not the same from her first time.
That was her old self.
Yeah. So you guys, I have a tiny little game to play. It comes with, we do need to wrap this up. It comes with a few Kenyan celebrities.
Okay.
So who would you rather was your first shag? Pick one.
Yeah.
Kabi wa Jesus from the It's the Wa Jesus family. Eric Omondi, self-proclaimed president of comedy, or amazing politician, Honorable Babu. Who would you rather?
Oh,
Wow. Yeah, so we didn't give one. Yeah, it was for your first. Who would you rather?
I won't overthink it.
Yeah,
That was
overthink it.
smash.
Yeah,
That's
the
the
smash,
first
like,
person
yeah.
who had sex with.
Yeah.
I'd go with Eric Omondi because we're very clear. He's at least the persona he presents.
Yeah.
This is what we're seeing. This is what we're getting. There's no commitment. It's smash pass. Like we don't even need to exchange names. It's I've seen you, seen me. Bam, 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 done.
Okay.
I think where my head goes with the other two people you mentioned, for me, it becomes a very ethical, moral voice in my head. I can't do it.
Okay.
No.
Don't overthink.
No,
Yeah.
Eric
Yeah.
Omondi. Smash
Eric
pass.
Omondi?
We're done.
We have
Okay.
the same type there.
Eric?
Well, the sometimes such thing.
Of course.
Come on with some nyama.
You guys can choose one or you can choose. You can all go and choose.
Oh, you were thinking tackling. Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, you know, like skinny guys, like their knees will like it's hard, it's painful.
Yeah.
I go with Eric. As
You
well.
too?
Because one, I don't want a murderer smashing me, and the other one smashes cousin, so I'm good.
With any
I went to it's public knowledge.
Okay, it is.
Well, they kind of did confess to it. So.
Yeah.
It's very public.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that.
I think I'd go
And Omosh,
with.
when school is Omosh, not so bad.
Yeah, and I low-key kind of dated Omosh for like a week. Yeah, like 5 days. But we did smash. Yeah. So I don't know. It's for me. It's a I don't know, between Kabi and Eric. Yeah, not the fact that he smashed his cousin.
No, no one is saying anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not
but just
overthinking
because
it.
I think he like at 19, 2021, with how he looks now, for me he's the most handsome of the three, and it was all about like looks. Yeah, so I go for Kabi.
Okay, let's not overthink it.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Alright, you guys give me your three of who would you rather?
I'm gonna use yours. I have three really hard ones.
Okay.
Really hard ones.
Yay, let's do it.
Can I do smash, marry, kill?
You do smash, marry, kill.
Okay, Wetangula.
No, Mudava.
Hey, why did I agree to sit in this chair?
Sorry, Mudavadi.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to put one good one that you can like.
Yeah.
Mudavadi, Sakaja, and there's another one.
Rigiji.
And Rigiji.
Yeah. Smash, marry, kill.
Start, babe.
Kill Rigiji. Marry Mudavadi. Smash Sakaja.
Same.
Honestly,
Yeah, same.
Kill Rigiji.
Same.
and no offense to the person.
No offense.
Yeah,
This is no offense. It's a game. It's a game.
Like we
Yeah.
have nothing in common.
Yeah.
Mudavadi is giving me take care of you, daddy.
Yes.
So if I'm gonna get married to someone long
And
term,
a bit classy because you know.
Yeah.
take care of
Yeah.
me, daddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Sakaja, I'm just like, okay, we can make this work.
Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, just smash.
It's smashable.
I think all of us would pick Sakaja for smashing just because it's a one-time thing. I don't get to deal with the rest.
Yeah.
But okay, so you babe?
Oh, same. I would definitely smash
Sakaja.
Sakaja. I'd definitely marry Mudav because he gives. I'll take care of you.
Yeah,
that's
He
right.
does like let's read a book together. Let's
Maybe
go
he
for
would want to-
lunch.
Oh my dear,
Yeah.
you need to go to school. Education is important.
Yes,
You
he's
want to
giving
study
me those
face
vibes.
studies.
Yeah.
This cow
Refugees
yours
from
is-
Mokoroine.
Yeah, so no, definitely like I'm sorry,
Vice
Rigiji.
President.
Maybe we
Yeah.
need to do something about Rigiji's.
Man!
You know, I feel like the campaign
It's
period,
improved.
because it was
It's
elections and
It was
campaign, and the thing about media sensationalizing things, I feel like sometimes they pick on the weak points and highlight them so they create the story for you. And I feel like, because I don't know the guy, I don't know the guy. No, but the thing is this, like, I don't know, sometimes it feels very unfair the way we perceive someone based off of certain things that are not in their control. And I feel like during the election period, the persona that the media presented about Ricky G was skewed towards a certain way, and I'm just like, man, I feel bad for you, but also we have nothing in common. Like we really have
that part where all your money has been frozen. It's a shitload of money. Well, Ricky G is from my shack, so I feel like I have a little knowledge of him, enough to kill. So kill Ricky G.
Smash.
I smash Sakaja, and Mudav, maybe he wouldn't even want to smash. Maybe Mudav maybe he has diabetes. Maybe he just wants to read and talk. And give me money and put me in a nice house.
See who I talk to every day. See who I've chosen as my life best friend. Okay, wait, one last one. And I'm gonna add best friend to that.
Wait, I have one for you.
Smash, marry, kill.
I don't think I'm gonna use local celebrities though. You can choose whether to do smash, marry, kill or smash, pass. We're gonna put Tony Braxton. We're gonna put Wendy Williams, and we are gonna put Camila. What's the second name?
That's the singer.
No. Jesus Christ.
What does she do?
The current queen who's not a queen. There's a name for it.
Camila
Prince Charles.
The one who took over Princess Diana.
Yes. I know who I'm killing.
Camila Royal Highness.
Wendy
Williams.
And Tony Braxton. That's the easiest.
That one is easy. I'm definitely killing Camila Duchess because let me tell you.
Can we shine?
Anything. Like I'm not Camila for sure. Bye. You and Prince Charles. Bye. Like I'd be the assassin. I'd be the person to finish her. I would marry Serena because
Wendy Williams.
Wendy. Oh, sorry.
And then Tony Braxton.
Hey, let me rethink. I think when I had Williams, I went to just the Williams sisters. No, let me take it back. Let me marry Camila. Let me secure my future in royalty. I'm definitely killing Wendy. She'll kill me or I kill her, but I'm sorry, Black Queen. And I'm sorry, Queen of Radio, but she's too messy for me. And I'd definitely be smashing Tony.
I'm still shaking Camila. I'm still shaking. Man. It's not personal. It's a Princess Diana thing. But Wendy Williams is messy and not cute.
No.
So I'll marry Tony Braxton, and I guess I'll just have
What?
I can do it, babe. I was gonna do it for. I've done it for a lot of shitty people. I can, power through it. And you, babe?
I put Camila and Rigiji same category. Can't relate.
Shank the babe.
I don't think I'd smash Wendy, not because of physical appearance, but I feel like it wouldn't be a secret. Like she would be tweeting about it on the net. I'm just like, man, can you keep your mouth shut? You know? I feel like Tony would be a lot. Like I would have to do a lot of emotional labor.
And her
but if that's the only choice I have, I'd be like, okay, so I can sit there in silence. You know those couples where this person is sitting there in silence because that's the route to peace.
So you're smashing Wendy.
So you're smashing Wendy.
No, I'm not. Oh,
babe, you have to.
Yeah. Who are you marrying?
Who are you marrying then?
I'm marrying Tony.
And then
so are you smashing?
Oh shit, I gotta smash Wendy. There's
you just power through them.
I killed the Wi-Fi in my house. Allegedly her phone disappeared in the club. And then it becomes like, prove it. Prove it.
Okay.
Try receipts.
You just do it. Okay, guys.
Okay, one last one. So, but best friend is added to it. Would be best friend, marry, kill, smash. the Sauti Soul Boys, our lovely
man.
band crew.
So what are the options?
So because there are 4 of them, I'm gonna add like who would you
Plus
best
a best
friend?
friend.
Yeah, who's gonna be your best friend there?
Man, that is so close to home.
Yeah. Why are you putting us in this position?
Yay, babe.
You know we're going for Soulfest, so why are you
Yeah,
putting
I
us in
mean,
this
first of all, this is the
Okay,
best crew
Yeah.
ever. This is the best music band ever. Yeah, I love them to bits. We all do.
Yeah, you've just made this very hella awkward, but okay.
Okay,
Let
I'll
me get
start.
through it. Okay,
Yeah.
no, let me start again.
Okay.
Over it. I'd smash Bien. I'd smash Savara. I'd marry Bien. Polycarp would be my bestie. Well, oh no, Chimano would be my bestie. Polycarp, what's the other option?
Yeah, best friend. So smash, marry, kill.
I'm
best
not
friend.
giving us out his soul, babe. You have to
Okay.
forgive
So
me for
hard,
that.
Right?
Yeah.
It is.
I can't kill.
Okay, who would you cheat on your husband
No,
with?
me, I want to go back to the first question. I
Yeah.
think I would marry Chimano. I think he'd make a good life partner. Like, we'd have fun times, we'd talk, we'd laugh through
So
the
cool.
hard times. I feel like
I see that.
Yeah.
I would marry Chimano because I feel like we'd have a good companionship.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bien. I would kill Bien.
Yeah. Sorry, Pierre.
I think, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yes, I would smash Sabara.
We all would.
And then I'd keep Polycarp as a bestie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see that.
Because I feel like even Sabara, if you smash, you could still keep our friendship after. Plus,
Yeah.
I think he'd not make things awkward after.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
I think I'd keep Polycarp as a bestie, and then I'd have a long lifetime companion.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's just good vibes.
Yeah.
And I think if you're gonna commit to anything long term, he'll
Yeah.
just be having good vibes.
Yeah, and for BN, like, by
And
the
then
time
yeah,
you're killing
because
you,
there's no other option,
yeah,
like I don't
and
know.
that you've been paid to kill him, like.
Okay, I'd be
Yeah.
apologizing as I start. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
guys.
Okay, last one. So for me, I think I would marry Polycarp. He just seems chill, you know? He seems like, honey, I'm home.
And he's
And
vegan.
then
and
he's
he'll cook for
vegan.
you.
Yeah, he looks like he'll take. You know, Miss Mandy looks. Mandy. Yeah.
Amanda.
Yeah, Lady Mandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks happy. Yeah, she looks well cared for. So I'd go for Polycarp. Man, I would best friend Chimano for sure. Like, he looks like if I'm having a bad day, I'd go to him. I would definitely smash Savara. Like, he gives me good smash vibes. And I would feel so much pain.
As you kill and
Yeah, I'd ask him whether we can
Chimano.
first have sex together. Before
Oh,
I
wow.
kill him. Yeah.
Psychopath.
Yeah.
Psychopath. And with that, guys, we have to wrap this up.
Yeah, like the
That's
enemy.
psychotic.
Yeah.
Psychotic.
Yeah.
Can we smash before I kill? Guys, this
Yeah.
has been so awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you guys for inviting me. That was nice.
Awesome.
Give me some flashbacks.
Yeah, I know. Alright, guys.
Until then,
Until next time. Adios.
see you.
Bye.
Bye.